I recently watched a podcast, and on that podcast was a 400-pound, morbidly obese woman who gave herself an 8 out of 10 in terms of looks. So in this video, I'm gonna reveal the 3 reasons why most modern women are delusional when it comes to their self-rating and body positivity. And look, I'm all for being positive and having a positive outlook, and even if you're overweight and you're working on yourself. But to sit there and give yourself a rating that is completely preposterous as a lie blows my mind. So keep watching, because I'm gonna go over the 3 reasons why modern women are delusional in this case. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and a notification button, because I'm dropping a video every day. All right, so like I said, here I was watching this podcast, 400-pound, morbidly obese woman sitting there, and the guy went around the table and he's like, hey, rate yourself from 0 to 10 on just looks. And she sits there with a straight face and she goes, well, I'm an 8. Okay, so I start laughing, right? And I'm like thinking, what the fuck? And here's the thing, most times that I've seen podcasts like that, women who are totally not an 8 give themselves an 8. And you know what? Before I get into the 3 reasons why modern women embrace this kind of nonsense, I'm gonna share a story. One time I was watching Selling Sunset. It's a real estate show in California. I can't recall exactly where they are, Santa Barbara maybe, or Santa Monica. Anyways, so one of their clients had this home, and the home they said was worth $70 million, okay? Beautiful home, of course. Now the partner of the firm, Oppenheim Group, I believe was the firm name. So Oppenheim Group, one of the partners, tells the real estate agent that took the client, and he said, look, I've done the comparables. The other homes in the neighborhood are only worth 40 at best. They're bigger, they have a better view. And so he's telling this agent that works for him, look, that house that your client wants to sell for 70 million, never gonna happen. So she goes back to the client and she says, look, we did all the comparables, and your house at best is worth about 35, because there's other homes that are sold for 40, but they're larger, better view, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what the owner did? Right, the owner said, well, I don't believe that. And our house, I know our house is worth 70 million. It will sell for 70 million. And then the real estate agent goes on to say, well, you realize if you sell it for 70 million, you'll break all kinds of records. No home's ever sold for that price, for the amount of square footage you have, right? And she's explaining this to the client. So at the end of the day, the house never sold because he didn't get any offers anywhere near 70 million. And I'm only sharing this example of the delusion of a lot of modern women when it comes to their own beauty, right? They will rate themselves a rating that is absolutely stupid, right? It's a lie. There's no way they're an 8. If she's 400 pounds, morbidly obese, are you kidding me? Right? Beyonce's not even an 8, okay? Just saying. So these 3 reasons why modern women are delusional when it comes to their beauty. All right, I'm getting right into this right now. First, women will defend marginalized groups to the death. So you're thinking, well, what does this have to do with a woman giving herself a rating? Well, this is the problem, is that if the other women on the panel were like agreeing with her, and they were saying like, well, if you believe you're an 8, so you must be an 8. Back to the real estate example. Just because you believe something doesn't make it so. Just because you have a house and you believe it's worth 70 million, the market will tell you otherwise. Just like in terms of sexual market value, the market is telling her, and she's just completely ignoring it, that she ain't no 8. Do you think a guy like me would date a woman like her? The chances of that is so remote. And I'm not fat shaming at all. I'm just stating a fact that she is not an 8 out of 10. So she can believe it all she wants, but there's no damn way she's an 8 out of 10. And the market is telling her that, but she's having the support from her female friends and other women buying into this delusion because they don't want to see her being marginalized, right? And here's the thing, guys, be very, very careful with criticizing marginalized groups, whether it's people that are obese, from other cultures, whatever, right? Gay, lesbian, doesn't matter. Be very, very careful, because women will hate you for that. They will defend, even if the marginalized group is wrong, they will defend these marginalized groups to the death. So that's number one. Number two, women do not take responsibility and accountability, right? So back to this 400-pound obese, morbidly obese woman. No one made her that size other than herself. By the way, there are a very small amount of obese people that is, they're obese because of a thyroid problem. That is a very small percentage of all obese people that are that size because of a thyroid problem. 95% of people that are obese, it's self-inflicted. They've done it themselves, and especially this woman, will not take responsibility and accountability and going, wait, I'm not an 8 because I did this to myself and I'm working on it. So a lot of women will sit there and give themselves a delusional rating of their own beauty, and yet the market clearly is telling them otherwise. So they just will not take responsibility for what they actually look like and what the market is actually telling them, all right? And last, number 3, they don't want to be accountable for their bad decisions, right? Their actions, the behavior. So for example, again, like this podcast, there's a lot of women that are on this podcast that are OnlyFans models, and OnlyFans models will not get a high value man to date them, let alone marry them. Hell no. High value men do not want 304s. And if you don't know what a 304 is, it spells hoe flipped upside down, right? High value men don't want hoes. And so many women, right, will give themselves these false ratings because they think that they're something, but yet their bad decisions and their actions actually bring that rating down. So for example, if a woman has 3 kids from 3 different fathers, she's not even an 8 no matter how beautiful she is. She is not, because as soon as women have children, they lose points. That's just reality. Most men don't want to date women that have children from other guys. They don't. So let me know what you think in the comments and why women seem to be so delusional with respect to rating themselves for their beauty. All right, I want to hear this. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.